Susie, why does your grandmother have all these rocks in her garden?
She calls this her rock and roll garden.
Rock and roll garden? Why?
Whenever God answers a prayer or does something wonderful, she finds an unusual rock, marks the bottom with a number, rolls it into the garden, and then puts that number in a special journal.
Wow! Look at all these rocks! God has answered a lot of prayers.
God has answered all of her prayers. Some of the answers were yes, and some were no.
You mean she put a rock in the garden even when God didn't give her what she asked for?
When she understood why it was a no, she marked it in her journal and put a rock in the garden.
Can you get her journal so we can see some of the entries?
Sure. Here it is.
This rock has number 105. What does her journal say?
Let's see. The journal says my grandpa had lost his job and they had no food one night. As they were praying, a neighbor brought a meal over.
Cool. This is a great idea to remember what God has done for us.
You know, Johnny, this reminds me of the Israelites when they crossed the Jordan River.
Did they have journals?
Not exactly. Remember how God told Joshua that one man from each tribe was to bring a big rock out of the Jordan River?
Oh, yeah. Joshua made a monument out of the rocks so that the people and their children and descendants would always remember how powerfully and wonderfully God had worked.
I think I'll start a rock and roll jar. I'll get a large jar and put little rocks in it when God answers one of my prayers.
Don't forget to number the rocks and start a journal.
I won't. That's the most important part.
That way, you can look at the rocks in your jar and read your journal and remember all the good things God has done for you.
Kids, why don't you start a journal so you will remember the good things God is doing in your life? Bye.